he would shit in his yard, make me bury it, and that's how I was allowed to be friends with him.
Matrix, Theo Vaughn. We're going into the Matrix.
I'm gonna get my stuff first.
What would you bring if I said, "Hey, dude, you can go in the Matrix, but you can bring 3 things"?
I'd have to bring a picture of my family, and then I'd have to bring probably some water. I would.
You think you'd need water in the Matrix?
I'm not going to be the guy without it in there. Well, when I was a kid, they had a boy in our neighborhood named Mario, right? And he was, dude, he ended up dying, actually. He did some pills and drove into an embankment. But when I was young, he would shit in his yard, make me bury it. And that's how I was allowed to be friends with him.
How did he make you bury it?
He just asked me to do it, and I was afraid not to do it, I think.
He said, "Hey, yo, dude, you're not going to believe this, but I took a shit, and it's out my yard. I can't even bury it because I'll throw up. Hey, do me a favor and go bury it?"
Yeah. He was dark, man. He had a real dark vision. And he probably, honestly, dude, he probably shit 200, 300 times, and I buried it.
No.
I swear to God.
Come on.
I swear to God. I swear to God, dude. And he
how'd you not run out of places to make new holes? Did you think you ever dug up old shit to put in new shit?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. We basically had like the only setup I had, and I didn't even have a strong system. The only setup I had was like one of those plastic beach.
Oh no.
Like a beach setup. Dude, I'm talking I was 7.
So wait a minute. This 7-year-old was doing this? How old was he?
He was 8 or 9.
Oh, he's tricking you by being older.
He was older, and
2 years when you're 7 is a long stretch. You know, when you're 32, 32, 34, that doesn't mean shit.
Whatever, dude.
7 and 9, that's a big stretch.
Yeah, you go shit at your house, buddy. That's what I tell people now. Like, how much more would you get to know about somebody if you held their hand?
Not much more.
You don't think?
I mean, would you? Would you get to know more?
Well, that's what I'm.
16-year-old cum shots. That's a different thing. When you've been just storing it up for a few weeks.
It was like watching those guys who go off that thing on the Olympics. It was like that, dude. Just
skiers.
Yeah. Oh man, that was.
Colin Kaepernick is comparing the NFL to slavery,
bro. Throws a Parks. That's what I call that dude.
Throws a Parks.
He had a bunch of shrooms out there and kind of commandeered this water table. There was a water table that had kind of been left unattended.
What is a water table?
Just a table with a bunch of cups of water.
Table with waters on it. Okay.
So we got over there and people were running, they're going, and we started telling people that the water was for Asian people only, right? Bro, we are crying, laughing, because people are running. They can't stop. They're trying to make a time. So for some people, we'd be like, bro, it's Asians only. And it was like, why? And then Asian people were all excited, and we kept dousing them up. Dude, we were fucking... I would take pictures with, people, and I'd have my fucking nuts hanging out the whole time.
What?
Yeah, bro, we were out.
You took pictures of people with your nuts on? How old were you at the time?
I don't know, man. Probably 28. Outside and get high, and then I'd come back in early into my buddy's house, and I would tell his dad, I would be like, "Oh, Mr. Mike, man," because his dad was had a lot of anti-gay energy,
Really?
Yeah, and he would just say stuff all like queers, just say stuff, just like ignorant shit,
Did he have his pants off when he did
that? I didn't see anything like that. But I'd come in after we'd been out there smoking weed. I'd come in and I'd be like, "Mr. Mike, man, they were being." I don't know, Richard was over and people were just being kind of...
touchy-feely.
Yeah, it's just real strange out there.
You bait him? Did you bait him?
Yeah, bro. So then, dude, my friends Adam would come back inside, man, and his dad would be like, "What in the fuck have you boys been doing out there? You've been queering around." And
queering as a verb is very funny.
"Oh, you've been queering around, boys?" And he would just, just lighting into him, dude. And I would be dying with laughter. And they were so high, they didn't know how to explain that they hadn't been, queering.
They're so high and you set them up.
That Mother Nature has a plan, a bigger plan, where in the end it all ends up that we're like trans, like Ben Simmons, like all like crossed. You know what
Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons is like a Mick. He's a black and I think he's black and white, right? He played at LSU. He's a great basketball player.
What does it have to do with his sexuality?
But he's beige. You know what I'm saying? He's beige. Does it? You know what I'm saying? Does it end? Because here we go.
What the fuck? He's probably like, what the fuck, man? I'm a man. Leave me alone, bitch.
But if he put a wig on,
no.
If he put a wig on and shaved, I'm just
with those
saying,
fucking arms and hands.
Yeah.
If you get tricked by that guy,
then you want to.
Yeah, you want to get tricked. You're trying to get tricked. Yeah. You're like, trick me. Trick me, Ben Simmons. That's a fucking manly man. The size of his fucking hands. Go back to that picture. Bro, that guy's jacked. Yeah. If you think that's a woman, I mean, maybe he is now. I don't know. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
No.
He's 6'11". He's giant.
The worst is if you're jerking off with a hat on, bro. You're going to hell, I think.
Fedora.
Yeah, that's the worst, bro. That's the most French thing you can do.
Jacking off with them straw Kentucky Derby hats.
Yeah, what's the worst hat to jack off?
The worst hat to jack
Probably
off.
Probably a top hat because you have to balance yourself while you're jerking off. Yeah.
One of them fucking chimney sweep hats.
Yeah, the best would be one of those Chinese hats, bro, because if you squat down low enough to the ground, you can almost hide under it and jerk off, you know? Those things would be dope, bro.
The most confusing would be like one of them Daniel Boone raccoon caps.
Yeah, but
you got that tail in your eye. You push the you're blowing the tail's in the way. Get the fuck out of my way with this tail.
The Dutch are so aerodynamic.
They move good?
No, you ever seen a Dutch? They're really aerodynamic. They're
what? What are you doing with your hands?
Lean face, lean headed.
No, they're not.
4 inches cheek to cheek.
They're big people, man.
Dude.
Do you know how big they are?
The Dutch, they're very tall, but they're very aerodynamic, very
aerodynamic.
The downhill people, they call them, dude. And cocaine. Oh, go back to that vest story, man. So here's what happened. So I would do some cocaine at the house and put on these different vests.
How many did you buy again?
I don't know. I spent too much on them, but I would probably say the priciest one I had was probably about $210. Nice.
Damn.
Yeah. And so I would get fucked up and put these vests on and put on sunglasses and no like Buffalo Bill shit, but at least partying by myself, you know. Mm-hmm. And one time I was making a smoothie, you know, because I got like a new, I don't know what kind of blender it is, but it's pretty nice. And I was making like a nice smoothie and I'm fucking coked up, I'm partying, you know, I'm living high on the hog. Got these 2 vests on maybe, right? And I thought I heard something outside, right? Which is kind of weird to even think of when you have a blender going, right? So I leave out of my apartment to go in the hallway, lock myself out with the blender going. 2:30 in the morning, coked up out of my brain, right? Now I have to go to my landlord, dude, who lives right down the hall.
Oh, no.
And tell him.
What activities do you think you do where you come a lot? Like the kind of people that like power lifters probably shoot giant loads, right?
Dude, this shit is getting gay, bro, today. Sorry, I gotta fucking...
It's just very dick-oriented today. I wouldn't say it's gay.
Well, it's that time of year. It's spring. People are refreshed.
It's not spring. It's the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
It's freezing cold out. It's just January.
Whatever. You guys aren't open-minded. That's what I think, bro.
It doesn't get more winter than January.
Well, it's not even a Groundhog's Day yet.
Why not just say it's August?
Okay. Yeah, and then telling people when you go back home and they've never seen you, they've never heard of you, they think you're gay. They're just like, you won't they're like, you keep flying home, you don't have any money, and you're not bringing a girl home. You have these jokes.
Something.
Yeah, you're hiding from something. You know? Yeah. Just come out. I remember my stepdad is yelling at me in the yard one time.
Told you to come out?
Yeah. I was like, I'm not fucking gay, bro. I was like, I'm just not flying some girl home that I just met. You know, just to prove to you guys.
He could catch you. He thought he could catch you in a lie. The worst has got to be if someone says you're gay and you are, but you don't want to admit it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
like,
scary.
Shit.
Yeah, you change your clothes the next day, you come dressed like in a mafia outfit or something, like something to totally take them hot off the trail, you know? The meat,
oh, you ate them, you're saying?
Yeah, but
You guys ate owls?
Yeah.
I don't think that's legal. You probably shouldn't say that on the podcast.
Well, I didn't have a lot. I'll tell you this, if you want to feed a family of 4, you can't just have one owl. I will say that, though.
Well, if you look at what it looks like without the feathers, it looks like a fucking demon.
Yeah.
you know?
It's a real bait and switch, I feel like. It's one of God's hidden agendas.
Well, I was talking to someone about peacocks about this, and I started talking about it on stage.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a duck, bro.
But it says peacock.
That is something else. That is meningitis,
doesn't seem
I
right,
think.
though. Go back up to the peacock picture. They have I just dropped that rabbit and said, fuck it. And I stopped the car and to check it out. I was like, whoa.
That's flirting, really, it sounds like.
Flirting?
Oh, if a bird drops a rabbit at your feet?
Hey, bitch.
Yeah, it's ready to fuck.
Probably. Yeah, like you didn't love the French?
I love the Canadians.
French Canadians.
Yeah, I'll take them.
You love Canadians, period.
I love Canadians, period.
But do you love French Canadians?
Yes, because they are Canadian. But French, bro.
Not into French?
And nobody is.
They make great wine.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. People go to Paris every year.
Yeah, but they leave. It's not the kind of place people are milling around, man. Like if a plane crashed, I already know I'm planned ahead, dude. I'd eat a Vietnamese guy.
Why?
Because that's easy. It's a starter move. If you attack somebody bigger, if you eat somebody bigger in front of other people, it's going to alarm people. But you
got to eat a small person, so stature is important.
I think if you gum down a Viet, people aren't going to be that upset at you.
Well, the Vietnamese people are going to be super upset. What are you talking about?
No,
Somebody's
okay.
dad.
Yeah, they're more understanding of things, dude.
Is this a character you're playing?
No. But if you eat you eat a black lady and her family's there, they're going to be pissed.
So you think a Vietnamese person would let you slide?
I think that they'd be much more forgiving over a couple of day period.
I think
their relatives. You don't think so? Honestly.
Well, one thing, no, I don't think so. I definitely think they'd be super pissed at you, especially modernized ones. But what is interesting is like Vietnam is one of the few places where Americans can go back to Vietnam and they don't seem to hold any grudge at all.
Exhibit A. Exhibit A, man, honestly. Asian people in general are just much more forgiving and understanding, it seems like. I feel like. I don't have much.
I think that's a giant generalization.
It probably is, you know. I mean, I did a fast for like 4 days, and then I was at the Best Buy, and I remember this Vietnamese guy was trying to help me out, and I couldn't even hear him. I was so hungry, and I couldn't.
You did a fast for 4 days?
Oh, dude, yeah.
What were you trying to prove?
I don't know, man. I was probably just dealing with some stuff, and I was just trying to find a different way to handle it, you know?
Right.
And then I remember this Vietnamese guy, and I remember thinking if everybody turned the other way for a second, I could eat this young fella, you know? Ben. His name was Ben, actually, over there in Westwood. I'd never thought. Oh, my
God, it's so ridiculous.
But here's the thing. I'd never thought that before.
So you only thought you got to the verge of cannibalism after just 4 days?
Yeah.
Damn. How much weight did you lose?
I probably lost about 4 pounds, but pounds I needed too. You
wow.
know? But I got clear, man. I could hear, swear to God, y'all could hear somebody fold a piece of bread from 80 feet away, bro. I was so hungry, dude. I could hear a fucking skittle hit the cement across the street.
Who do you think shoots the biggest loads?
I think a guy that's in space. I think a guy that's on a cliff, like a cliff climber.
Yeah, but is that the biggest loads?
I mean, that guy's shooting some fucking...
Just because he has the balls to climb up like that?
He's busting some real spackle.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, he's got balls.
Right.
Like, those guys shoot bigger loads.
Yeah.
Like BMX jumpers, and they jump 3 times in the air and then land on the bike.
Yeah.
Maybe they have the biggest loads.
Also, guys who, like, fake put a sign on their car when they don't pay a meter. It's like, meter's broken, and they just put that on their car and fucking still park there. Those dudes bust some loads, bro. I think there's other things, too.
Like pickpockets?
Oh, people that wear turtlenecks do not come very much or far.
No? What is it about wanting to keep your neck warm that's not very manly?
It's just a bitch move, I think. It's just the most French thing, too. And I don't care about the French, dude.
Humans?
Yeah, just people that are just smoking their own dicks out there who have no real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've met some people who, yeah, they're breathing, but that's it, really.
Yeah, this idea that we're all created equals, you've never met anybody that's a genius, if you say that. I've met some people that I'm like, I talk to them, I go, oh, I'm like a monkey compared to you. You know?
Dude, I talked to your buddy Eddie Bravo, and that guy is a real...
He's out there.
He's like a deaf Jack Russell almost, you know?
A deaf Jack Russell?
Yeah, because once he gets going, you can't...
Oh, Jack Russell Terrier?
Yeah. You ever been around one of those dogs? You open the car, and then the next thing you know, they're at the... Yeah. They're like sick, yeah.
But well, how's he deaf?
Because you can't get him back. Like, once he goes, you can't... You know what I'm saying? You can't get him back in the car.
He's a deaf
like, you're sitting there honking the horn, you can't... That guy's out there. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about, but I've never heard anybody make a description like that. A deaf Jack Russell Terrier. That is hilarious.
He's extravagant, dude.
Yeah. Do you think you see yourself ever going to church again?
Yeah, I would think so. I think
Yeah.
church is kind of evolving over our time and stuff like that. And
Would you go to Justin Bieber's preacher?
Carl Lentz?
You know who he is?
Yeah,
Whoa.
he texted me actually.
Whoa. He's trying to groom you. Trying to pull you in. How
Is
low
he a
do you
dark
wear-
arts?
How low do you wear your shorts?
Huh? Oh, I saw you guys making fun of his root.
Dick Root.
Yeah, that was a little wild, huh?
So you know him? So you a nice
I've never
guy?
met him.
No, you just text each other back and forth.
Yeah, we communicate sometimes. Yeah, that's that root.
Hashtag Dick Root. Handsome fellow.
And he,
looks good.
yeah, they're both pretty
Camo
attractive,
too.
I think.
He's got camo
But
shorts.
they,
Those camo shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've never met him. But I would go
you just
to
text each other.
Yeah.
Does he try to meet you and you're like, not tonight, bro?
No.
Keep coming.
You think he's homoerotic?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean,
that's a weird way of putting it.
Oh.
I think you're homoerotic.
What? Bro, you're
Homoerotic
way gayer than me,
talk.
bro. You always, every time I'm here, you talk about jerking off the magical
Is
hat
that
we
the
almost
problem?
wore. What about
Is that
that?
the problem? Is like you came in here with like gay expectations?
No, I got nothing, dude.